This is part 2 for 6th grade researchers on how to make better use of Google to find information on your subject. Last time we talked about adding your subject in the Google box and adding extra search terms behind it. Today we're going to talk about turning your questions into queries. Alright, I'm going to switch subjects. Instead of doing Judy Garland, I'm going to do Split Rock Lighthouse. Alright, and of course I'm going to pause and just take a look at what I have already. I'll look through the information tile or section here. I'll take a quick look at my first 10 sites or so on my list. Take a look at the recommendations Google is giving me. But at this point I'd like to point out that to make your researching dig a little further, you need to add more search terms, but also think of your questions driving your research. For instance, I want to know how much it costs to build Split Rock Lighthouse. So here's my question. Says, how much did it cost to build the Metrodome? Nope. Excuse me. Now sometimes you get lucky and the question that you type in will show up. Somebody else has looked for it before. But in this case it doesn't have autofill. And so what I would recommend is think of questions that you have. Type your question in, but then take out the unnecessary words. So you're turning your question into a query. A query, you guys, is the search terms that you put in this box for Google to look up. That's your query. So it's like a question, except you don't write it in question form. Although a question can work, but I prefer to put keywords in. So I will eliminate. I will eliminate this part. 2, and that's my query. I want to know the cost, the cost to build the Split Rock Lighthouse, and I'm going to add another suggestion here. I'm going to put quotes in here next to words that will usually appear together on the web pages that you are looking for. So Split Rock Lighthouse will appear usually together on the sites that refer to the Split Rock Lighthouse in Minnesota. Alright, I'm going to try it. I'll click on search. Alright, I'm now going to take a quick observation of what I've got. Nothing on the side here that's going to help me. And then as I go through here, I notice a clue that the total cost for the station came in at $2,459, under the allotted $75,000. That seems pretty incredible. Of course, we're talking about prices over 100 years ago, so things didn't cost as much. But I think I found a possible answer here. I'll have to check into the site and look at it. But I was able to find the answer by first thinking of my question. What are the questions that I have? Go ahead and type the question out. You might be fortunate to get an answer just with you typing the question. But if that doesn't work, think of reducing your query, your search terms, into the keywords. Also think about using quotes with terms that go together. And hopefully those techniques or tips will help you get much more specific and help you dig a lot deeper into your subject. And just remember, your questions really drive your research. So the better the questions you have, more likely you're going to find something that you haven't found before. All right, please try that.